Day 61, GLBT Historic Museum. Before I say, obviously, this is about a museum, obviously, or maybe not so obviously, it's about queer history. But how many of y'all know that the original acronym, right, was GLBT? It's now known as worldwide as LGBTQ plus, and depending on who you ask, you have to add all these additional characters. I thought I was being inclusive by putting the plus, but anyway, depending on who you ask, people throw a fit. So that's why many people just revert to using queer. But I think that that's a personal decision. But anyway, many are not aware that it actually used to be GLBT, and that's the reason why the museum, they use the old-fashioned, it's as a historic term. They're not trying to make any kind of point. I actually think it's pretty cool because many people don't know that that used to be, then the next question is, well, why and when was it changed? This is one of the most beautiful facts that I share on my tour. And there was a time when I couldn't share this without breaking into tears. So it's very common that I wear sunglasses on my tour. And oftentimes the way I'll introduce this is I'll ask if someone else is able to share this because I don't want to lose my composure. But the reason why they moved the L to the front was specifically to honor the lesbian nurses who stepped up to take care of the AIDS patients while they were left dying during the AIDS epidemic. I have read horror stories of people who were left dying and their own mothers would not come in to see them. So the lesbian nurses, because there was also the straight nurses didn't want to do anything, they would oftentimes pick from straws to see who would go deal with the fag. And I can say that, okay? But because the lesbian nurses stepped up and they were the only ones that were willing to physically touch and help the AIDS patients, they moved the L to the front, specifically to honor the lesbian nurses for their contribution in helping out the dying AIDS patients. And I'm going to add something else in this video. Obviously, this is something I feel, I don't know who I'm pointing at, obviously something I feel very passionate about. And my father, years before I was born, during, he's lived during the AIDS epidemic, right? It wasn't that long ago, folks. It wasn't very long ago at all. He told me years ago that he would go to Davies, which is over the hill from the Castro so Dubose, it's like up from Dubose Park there. That's the UCSF Davies campus. I believe it was the 4th floor that was dedicated to the HIV AIDS patients. And he told me, I don't know if this is true or not, but I also don't know my father to be a liar, despite his many flaws. He told me that he used to go see with his own eyes how God was punishing the gays. And here, his oldest son now runs an award-winning LGBTQ plus queer tour in the Castro and has a huge, very vocal identity as a proud gay man. So anyway, this is one that I would ask people. Obviously, everybody can't come to San Francisco and take my tour, but now that you know this knowledge, I hope you can go and share it, because I am not kidding you when I say that this is one of the most beautiful things that I share on my tour.